The state government is owing close to 100 billion, not one, close to 100 billion in domestic debts. And I'm giving you facts from Debt Management Office. So these are not my figures, these are empirically verifiable facts. 91 billion 410 million specifically. That's what the state government is owing in our domestic debt. And when you do a comparative analysis and see what's obtainable in Ebonyi, you see that Ebonyi is owing just 41 billions and we are owing 91.4. And Ebonyi has fantastic hospitals. They have medical facilities. But here in Abia, in the whole state, we don't have not even a single MRI functional machine, no functional MRI machine in the whole state. It sounds ludicrous, but it's true. It sounds ironic, but it's true. These are facts. So this intervention by Professor Gregory Ibe is timely. Because if you've taken, if you like, note of what happens here most of the times, you see that we have rather proliferation of funeral homes as against hospitals. And when you see the joy on the faces of these old men and women, you understand that this intervention, in fact, is a dream come true for most of them. Because most of them have not been paid their pensions for many, many months in Abia State. Most of them work in different agencies of government and have not been paid. And the state keeps on incurring debts. So what are this money meant for? If the government cannot do the basic duty of government, which is protection of lives and properties, then you ask yourself, what is the essence of the government? So this intervention is timely. This intervention, if you like, you could say is divine. The community is a microcosm of what is obtainable in the state. When you take a critical look at the state from the macro level, drive from 1 kilometer to the next 1 kilometer, what you will find are funeral homes, not functional hospitals. And these are facts, and it's replicated all over the state. So this intervention, like I have said again, is not only political, it's humane. It's a demonstration of humanity, because the best thing you can give to any human being is good health, of course. So because that's why they say health is wealth. You know, sometimes when people talk about politics, you just have to operationalize that concept for you to have a perfect understanding of it. What is the essence of government? Protection of lives and properties. So to your question, that this intervention is coming now, that we are about to go into campaign, then it's coincidental, because the loss of accreditation of our medical school happened now that we are about to go into the election period. So should we now allow our people to die because we are going into election period? These are people that we vote. These are the people for whom we receive billions of naira every month. These are the people for whom we borrow billions of naira every month. You just heard now that the government is making plans to borrow, or has already borrowed, 450 million to offset what is happening in Abia Poly. You know, there are lots of questions you could ask and you won't find answers. So this thing, our intention, the intention of our party, and most importantly the intention of Professor Gregory Ibe, is to ensure that the right thing is done, irrespective of the gross ineptitude on the part of the government, by ensuring that our people have access to medical care. Pensioners who are not being paid have access to medical care. People who work in Abia State University teaching hospital that have not been paid have access to medical care. People whose shops were destroyed at Ariaria and Ahiohoro, and as such they no longer have any means of livelihood, that they now have access to free medical care. You can see the smile on the faces of this on the faces of these our mothers and sisters, and you cannot but accept the fact that this is just the right thing to be done. If the government is doing the right thing, whether it is political period or not, nobody will question. But we cannot allow our people to die simply because we are close to a campaign period. No, it doesn't make sense to me, and it doesn't make sense to any smart person. I think at this point it's necessary for us to lay a foundation so that we have a solid grasp of what we are doing. The idea to have this free medical scheme was conceptualized as a result of the reality that we were confronted with when we escorted Professor Gregory Ibe when he went to the Federal Medical Center to offset the medical bills of our people who are, if you like, unfortunate. It was there that we saw a retired principal who had been discharged for over a year, and he was at the FMC for over 1 year because she couldn't afford the bills. So after offsetting that the medical bill, her own medical bill, and that of all the indigent patients at Ituya that time, Professor Ibe made a pledge that he will cause a robust free medical scheme that will take off and go round the entire state so that our people can have access. In his words, to elongate the lives of our people, because it's no longer acceptable to him, and I believe to you, that the oldest persons in most of our communities are now 52 years. So that was the, if you like, the foundation that metamorphosed into what we're experiencing today. Whether it's a one-off thing, no, it's not a one-off thing. Efforts are in top gear to ensure that after going around the senatorial zone, he already said we will now go down to the local governments, all the local governments, and of course go down the wards. This is something nobody has ever seen in this state. When we tell you that APGA, when we tell you that Professor Gregory Ibe, when we tell you that we are coming to revolutionize our political landscape, we are not just being, we're not interested in theatrics. We are being factual, and that's what we are expected to see. We are sick and tired of our state being made a laughing stock by every other person in this country. It is no longer acceptable to us, and that is why we are starting with health, the most critical sector in our economy.
It has really helped me because my child has been complaining of scabies. We have been complaining of that, so we have not been able. We have gone to different places for it, like some chemists. We've gone there. He's still complaining about it, but I believe that since we have come here, he will be okay. Because the first time we have already spent some money. Well, for now, as he's complaining again, we don't have the money now as it stands. I'm very, very grateful.
My name is Obinna from Ohafia. Zaka Abia State on Apple. I can photo when by my own free no one. I know what for 2 different on everyone. Mandebu Noria, but Mugato and one on everyone. Every my Abia. And where's Lemon does even your jamia free of charge. So Nekele only one Professor Gregory Ibe. No Jibane, no Jibane Yaraya Conwa. And Yerenda Abia. Yes, because I was to do my mula if a bashan area. But I can't wait around Ochineka Aquachia. Or which I'm not sure if I have a with us or one them. At Atomania, Mania Becker, Yajina Quaco. That's what one them. So Atomania, Obitamutuka, the Pamadum non evo. That's a iPhone. Everyone. So, Automotor, Obi.
Accessing medical care in Abia State is very, very difficult. So with what I'm seeing here, I would say God bless Prof. Greg Ibe for this vision to alleviate the suffering masses. This is within Abia North Senatorial Zone, and this is the headquarters of Abia North. From here, I think they will move from villages, from one village to the other. If Abians will emulate what Prof. Greg has done, Abia will be a better place. Abia will be liberated. With what we are seeing now, you see Abia is under a siege, and we need deliverance. And the scripture says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoices. You can see people are already smiling, people are already happy, even though he's not in authority, but what he has done now, people are happy. So if other well-meaning Abians can follow suit, people will be happy.
The biggest bang of the season is about to go down. It's the ABN TV Service Awards 2022 at Sheraton's Hotels, Abuja.
Experience the smooth and strong feeling that consistently surpasses expectation. Leading the way in high-performance lubricants, Master Supermoto Oil is as durable as titanium.